All right, 1 minute.
I don't know what you're talking about. Someone's already live.
I know, so am I, but we still got 1 minute till radio. Hey, Sid.
What's Sid?
I'm glad he checked that because I didn't check that this morning.
Yeah.
Double check.
All right. We got about 30 seconds till radio.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
Oh, interesting. All right, quiet on the set.
You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. Ain't no other better freaking place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch with no other than a dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
And greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to.
That's right. Bringing you our own brand of news from right here inside Shroud and Avatar 5 days a week for your viewing and listening pleasure and entertainment. How's everybody doing out there? For the record, today is Tuesday, November 29th, 2016 here inside Shroud and Avatar. And we're coming back off a little bit of a holiday break. So how's everybody doing? Welcome to the show today. Of course, I hope everybody enjoyed their turkey day and everybody got home safely.
What holiday are you talking about?
Gobble, gobble.
The fact we haven't been here since last Tuesday, and I barely left the house.
Oh, get out of here. You barely left the house.
Okay, so I did drive 5 hours to go visit my brother. Drago wants to know if I stole any information. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
You know, I got to get a good laugh out of some stealing information because yesterday and we're going to get into a whole lot of stuff. We got all sorts of great stuff for you guys today and this week, of course. Of course, the telethon was yesterday. So with that said, the telethon is now over. All those pledge expirations have now come and gone. And we're just going to throw this up on screen. The countdown to expirations clock has hit 0. And there is
I'm not even looking at that page. I'm not even looking at that page because I'm still trying to find my Zounce tracking page that I had the other day.
You know, that crossed my mind the other day. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But thank you, community. Raised $112,500 yesterday in 12 hours. You guys beat the living daylights out of it. Far surpassed what my guesses were going to be. I was going to say we'd be lucky to get the squirrel.
Yeah, the mood in the office was yesterday. They were extremely surprised because there were times where they were actually passing up the previous telethon as far as the amount raised earlier in the day.
Well, I heard who mentioned it. That was it. Starr, Chris, that mentioned that they actually had some running bets in the office as to
yes, they did, and my bet was the same as Dallas's, and let's just say
you lost.
We lost miserably.
You failed miserably. Yes. So what was your guess? My guess was that they would go to maybe 60K. And that after that with the holiday, I thought 60K was going to be a hard reach, but apparently not. But
I was a little bit more pessimistic than that because it's right after Thanksgiving. It's I mean, even though it was Cyber Monday that the telethon took place on, and there wasn't a lot of great things coming about and not a radical change in direction or anything else. And so I was guessing about 50. See, I said I was a little bit more pessimistic. But the fact that they did raise 150,000, I'm the one that actually wrote on the board about the fish pack. Although I can't remember exactly what I wrote.
Oh, well, that's what I was going to say is early on, the first couple of wheel spins, the camera was nice and centered on the wheel, and all of a sudden something happened, and all those, whatchamacallit. And,
are you referring to the fact that someone moved the camera?
Someone moved the camera, and then all of the stretch goals were revealed that were supposed to be secret? Yeah.
Yeah.
So long before we hit the squirrel and started to reveal the secret ones, most everybody caught a glimpse of that. And, knew what was coming.
You would have to blame a person that was sitting the closest to the spinner.
And that would have been Mr. Cynicist?
No, that would have been Chris.
That would have been Chris?
Yeah.
Well, I think that could have been some crazy marketing, maybe. Give them a hint, a taste of what's to come.
A taste of what's to come, yeah, and try to get a little bit more.
And people go, we got to have that now.
I mean, there are certain things that we should be looking forward to. Is the squirrels in game? Speaking of squirrels
in game.
Yeah, they're now going to be. As I said, the gray squirrel is going to be a wild creature.
Oh yes, we know that. That.
What is your
now? That also tells me that we need more squirrels.
Squirrels coming after your nuts.
That's right.
I was like, what? What are you? Your fascination with squirrels.
It's something about
I don't know what you're talking about.
But this squirrel is universal. So as you may have noticed, there's a little bit more decor on today's set than normalized.
Yeah,
the holidays have come upon us and spewed forth all their decor onto the NBNN last year.
All of their snowmen. There is a snow people invasion.
Yes, there's every set of snow people invented. Unless there's one that I don't know about, but I don't have the mask.
You don't have the mask? Well, I'd tell you what I bought at the telethon, but then you'd be sorely disappointed because I didn't buy anything.
What?
Not
what?
A thing.
What the hell?
Nothing? Nothing, honey. That's all.
Nothing, honey.
I think a $5 credit.
Not even that.
He got to go to work. That's what he got to do.
I got to work for 12 hours and receive phone calls at inappropriate times and a lot of emails at inappropriate times as well. Whereas, so this is the only telethon where I didn't actually spend any money. It makes me sad.
It makes us all sad.
I'm aware of that. I could have pushed us all the way up to that $535,000 for the fish rewards.
For the flaming fish pack, and you didn't do it?
I know, exactly.
Damn you.
That and I didn't win the lottery, that $400 million lottery, or else maybe I would have.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
Yeah, for that kind of money, they would have made a flaming fish pack. I would have thought that was Winfield's doing.
Oh, it was, but the dollar figure was like 250,000, then it got bumped up to like 500.
Whatever the crazy number was they spewed out there.
Well, yeah. But we do have some good news for a collection of new 1B recipients. Byron and Wombi.
Absolutely. We got to send a big congrats out to all the new 1B winners.
Yeah.
When we had Elgarian with SodaHelp.org and RPOTA.
Yeah.
Lace, who does all the help videos, and you can see all of Lace's help videos out on nbnn.info. There is a link to those help videos out there. Thanks to Lace. and long past due for those two. Of course, Byron and Wambi too. Those guys long overdue for all of them, actually.
Well, I mean that tells us that we actually need to recommend a couple of people that we that are near and dear to us, especially Saturday mornings.
And starting to wonder if Wambi is actually a real person, though. After yesterday.
Hey, wait, what about Sarah Dragon?
Oh yes, and Sarah, who is a dude.
Yeah, Sarah Dragon, who is a dude.
Look out, Zeke. Shh, don't tell Zeke.
Yeah, don't tell Zeke. Don't tell Zeke. We want the big reveal to be on their wedding.
Yeah, that's right. On the wedding night.
That's right.
But congratulations to all those folks. Nice to see them getting their recognition for everything they do, and of course, this is what we love about the community. I mean, it's people like them and like ourselves who have just decided, for the love of the game, to do what we do, to bring you guys whether it be the news, the entertainment factor, the helping hand factor, or whatever it is that just brings the community together even more so. So to help and being a hospitaller, which we are both part of, you and I were hospitaling before hospitalers were even really a thing.
Before it was cool. I've been doing it forever.
Before it was a cool chic thing. That's right. And of course, I got my hospitaler's flag. I love it. But anyway, it's really great to see more people joining the knighthood out there.
Yeah, if you want to learn how to receive a 1B, you have to remember, you have to do something for the community, not for yourself. So it's, even though it can be a guild-related activity, but for the community. And it's about making the community more inclusive. And generally, you have to be doing it for at least 6 months to a year before you're even considered. And then there's other personality things that you can't have been banned from the forums. You can't be doing all kinds of other silly stuff. You can't have broken the golden rule of D-Bad. That's right. Yeah, so there's all kinds of rules, and those are on the official forums somewhere. Now,
you were going to mention our friends on Saturday morning there. You're thinking long overdue for them as well?
I'm thinking long overdue for them because you have to remember, it's like they've had their 1 year anniversary. They've been doing their show, and it is that important segment of that they have in all of their shows, who are you? That's right. Exactly. And so that's about informing the community as to who everybody is in the game, and they go through and try to find a little bit of anybody that's anybody.
That's right. And for those of you who are wondering who we're talking about the good folks over at Wake Up New Britannia.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, that would be Ultima and Ultima.
Oh,
and they've been at it for over a year now doing their gig. Of course, has anybody nominated them yet? No, that's one of the stipulations is they have to be nominated by several different people in the community.
I think that should be easy
as well. They have to. About it. And then, of course, they have to pass the peer review down at the offices, of course, which I don't see that as that. I see that one as almost a no-brainer. But anyway, that's not up to us. Of course, all we can do is talk about it and see if the community will follow through on that one. See what the community feels. I'm surprised they haven't been put up already, but that's just me.
Hey, it's easy for us to email a certain person or three and say, "Hey, if you're considering people, don't forget these guys." Yeah.
Gonna put Led Zepp on the list for keeping his pants on for 100 shows in a row.
Straight days.
100 straight days.
Yeah, we take care of that.
Keeping his pants on.
We take care of that.
Let me blow that right out of the water now. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. But meanwhile, what do we want to tell the folks today? We've got all sorts of great stuff again. We had the Friday newsletter, and I didn't get a chance to get that out. I was on the road, but Friday newsletter was out. Of course, the telethon was yesterday's 12 hours worth of just all sorts of stuff to talk about. We've got stand-ups from the last week almost.
We've got yesterday's stand-up.
We got today's stand-up, actually. Starr actually got headed to guns, so somebody's out of the office today.
Well, someone's probably recovering. Yeah. And that's made it all the way to page
I'm surprised it's not Starr, because Starr looked like...
Well, yeah, Starr was looking really rough.
Yeah, put a fork in him, man. He was done at midnight, you know. Yeah. Amber Rain, the lovely mistress of chaos, was picking on him in Discord chat last night. She's like, Starr's toast. You could see him. Yeah. I know he was actually reading something in his lap, but you could see he was getting that nod. You know, he was beat.
Did he have a cold?
Well, not before everything started.
He looked worn out.
Yeah, I think he was tired and may have might have taken his medicine for. Remember, he had that sinus surgery. That's why he's got that little scar.
Yes, that's right. He had that sinus surgery.
Medicine's legal now in California, you know.
Not medicine. It's now recreational.
That's medicine.
It's no longer considered medicine when it becomes recreational.
Yeah.
And do you still need a medicinal card out in California?
No, it can still be medicine.
Yeah, well,
you have to remember,
totally agree with
you're also talking to the guy that's never done that.
Okay, you and Clinton. Okay.
No. I'm not pulling a Clinton where I'm saying I didn't inhale. No,
I did not have relationships with that smoke thing.
Yeah, no. And why do we have a picture from Seder where Led Zepp's not wearing pants?
Led Zepp's got his face. He's proven.
He's taken off his pants now. He is no longer wearing his pants, so his streak of 100 days with no pants or with pants is well over. So you ready for the stand-up corner?
I'm looking. 1 second here.
It's at the bottom of page 43.
Justin sent me a message, and she added something in here. You have access to the radio show's Dropbox, I'm guessing, or did you turn that off?
Hold on.
She actually took the little movie that they clip of all the photos.
Hold on.
She sent that to us from
I've got
down there.
I gotta find it because I'm looking at the judged folder.
Oh, it's in the shared folder.
You gotta go find it. Share radio shows sharing? No.
That's right.
Well, yes. Why do you have Anthrax I'm the Man inside of the sharing folder?
I don't know.
I love that song and everything, but yeah.
I think it was a request.
Okay, hold on. I'm just opening up the...
Actually, that's not supposed to be in there.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anthrax, I'm the Man needs to be everywhere. Everybody needs to listen to that song at least 157 times.
The extremely deaf, uncensored version. That's right.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got the tab open with the movie. Whenever do you want to hit play or no?
I'm gonna get it into screen first. Okay, and this, of course, was for those of you who missed it. They were looking for some community gathering pictures and stuff, so I supplied a whole bunch of pictures to them from all the gatherings I've been to over the last 2 years, as a matter of fact. And they took them and rolled them into this little clip. So we're going to roll this for you real quick before we get into that, for those of you who missed it. And I've got it up on screen, ready to hit play.
Hit play. I hit play like 10 seconds ago. So starting off with the Portalarium office move, which happened last year.
And that's the famed Chinese restaurant from the old offices.
The building was right next door. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know those guys.
I know all of them.
Yeah. Ugly bastards.
Especially that guy with the long hair, the long gray hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
gray.
Yeah, it's that guy, the bald guy with next to the dwarf, with that gray-haired hippie.
Yeah.
And
I'm a few pictures ahead of you.
Yeah, I see that.
I still think that the Order of the Drunken Elders is the coolest guild name ever.
Yeah, they're just a bunch of cool people.
Oh, yeah. So some of the guilds that actually participated in that move, helping Portalarium, were the BMC, Order of Drunken Elders, the Clan of the Wolf, and who else? Paxlayer, and then something else.
that's a hideous picture of me. Jesus.
Wait, I just realized I
wore pants on.
Yeah, I just realized I went through the haunted house 2 years in a row just wearing sandals.
Yep.
Look at that. My God, looks like you're.
Let me move on to some Hoblot pictures.
Yep. YOLO and David.
Jack needs a Kotex there. He didn't have one.
Shh. That was the joke of the evening.
Now, of course, I only put a couple of these out because, what happens at Hoblot stays at Hoblot. But I had to show, the scale of things, and of course the personalities that showed up for this event. Of course, everybody from YOLO to Dennis Lubay to Joe Garrity to the recap band, Lord British, Starr Long. What the heck's his name? Warren Spector. Winfield.
Yes.
Some Russian mail-order bride-looking guy in a purple dress.
Yeah, Doc Holliday, who really enjoys that guy's ass.
The Attenwood. Gotta love the Attenwood's garb with the plague mask as he comes out. Yeah.
And
of course,
don't forget
Edward.
that Golden Wing was also there.
Oh, we had bunches of people. Golden Wing, Umari, I'm just reading them off as I see them. We got Edward up there with the recap band playing some crazy sax.
Yep, Lord British, myself, and Minerva are giving everybody the bird right now.
Yes. Had to show them the love that goes on out there. I'm glad that one made it in there. But of course, the recap band down at the theater is, of course, something you just don't get to experience but once in a lifetime. Especially when you get Starr and Richard up on stage to do their songs as well.
Oh yeah, Lord British returns. You gotta love that song.
Absolutely. And the crowd was digging it, man. The crowd was singing along, having a great time. Now here we're up to the Dragon Con pictures. And these are a bunch of folks who, of course, attended, as well people who did not. I believe that's Gabriel Nightshadow there.
Gabriel.
Lord British.
Yes.
We got Tracy and Laura Hickman there. This is the crowd at the bar.
I'm going to pause mine for like 3 seconds just so that way you can try to catch up. So I think I've got the first time Specs on camera where she's wearing the Deadpool costume. And,
yeah, I've got her with Richard and some other red-headed girl. There we go.
Yes, and then
that was Spec, Shooter Jennings, and
Shooter
Richard.
and Richard, and then Laz, Shooter, and Spec and Richard.
That was backstage after Shooter's show at Dragon Con. Great time. Kazan and Jenny Phoenix Fire. There's Surrey back in the background in the corner.
Do we got Mary there?
Spec and her husband Joe. Both
Joe.
players.
Well, I don't know if Joe plays, or he didn't play. He didn't play when they were dating, so he may have been convinced to start playing.
Now the guy in the Star Trek uniform noticed who Richard was, and he was one of those guys off in the background, going, should I or shouldn't I approach him? And of course,
you're like, hell yeah, you should go approach him.
We were like, no, you want to meet him? Come on, man. You don't pass up a chance to meet Richard Garriott. We brought him over, and then he wound up tagging along and coming to dinner with us. That's how much he had a great time.
Yeah.
This is outside of Cut's Steakhouse. We had a really great meal here. And Richard, again, can't say enough about him. Spent most of the weekend, woofed him, watching Justin stick her finger in her mouth.
And the real question is, what was she doing with that finger before she?
I think she tasting a drink. That's what it was, tasting a drink.
Oh yeah.
And then we get to the latest BMC convention. We got Justin and
Maddie.
Good old Gix, Maddie. The Deco Divas are all in love.
And Scroda has got his wizard hat signed by both Lord British and Starr, with Barrick hiding behind it.
That's right. Hi, Mom. Xavier Starfall hanging out at the offices. Now, this is at the county line, and if you see how big this place is, and there's a whole big patio out there and back.
Well, did you get a picture of all the turtles outside?
I don't think I put that in there. I didn't think people would be interested in the turtles.
I paused it on...
That was the devil.
The devil, because we have to talk about his cod piece. Oh my god, it was epic.
Oh, well, let's get through this. It's almost over.
I know. There's another, 2 minutes left of it?
And about that, not even.
Yeah.
And then this was a sneak picture down at...
the Scare for the Cure?
Scare for the Cure is right in the holding area, and we're not supposed to take pictures inside, but I snuck one anyway. And now we're at SodaCon East, where Laz broke his arm on the train and ride up there and went straight to the emergency room, but that did not stop me from attending the con and getting these wonderful pictures for you folks. Yay, me.
You do that.
Now, of course, that's Winfield, Ben from Relics by Rild, and of course our own Barrick. Everybody was in cosplay for most of the weekend. Unfortunately, with the broken arm, I really couldn't get myself dressed well to begin with.
You couldn't figure out how to put on the kilt with one hand?
Yeah, well, it's hard to get the straps with one hand, buddy, and you don't want to be standing there naked. That's me after I kissed Darkstar, winning my Chaos medal. Richard giving a speech during one of the morning sessions. That's Indy Martin. Indy made it. Indy broke her leg and didn't make it to Hobloth last time, so I was the one with the broken limb this time. That's Lord Andernut. We've got here Duke Violation with Minerva, and that's EK, Eternal Night. We got a bunch of other folks here in this picture. I don't know everybody's name. Roper Doc Holliday.
I know
Lord British at the feast. With his
I love the
on.
crown with the crown on it.
The two king's crowns. I love it. A picture of me and Andrew. Now, I tried to get as many as I could with people. That was most of the attendees there at the Dragon Con, all taken together. And thank you guys for making a nice little movie out of this. I appreciate that.
Well, that would be thanking Justin for being so awesome, because it is an all Justin thing.
That's an all Justin production. All I did was supply the pictures and attend the events. And that's all they wrote on that. But just to give you a little bit of what goes on in this community, and we do get events inside, outside. If you got an event, of course, make sure if you've got some kind of big event going on, especially if it's, whether it's like the Austin Gamers, or whether it's a convention or a con someplace. Yeah, make sure that it's
on the community calendar, so that way we can talk about it. Notify Laz and myself beforehand, so that we can also tell everybody else and get some more interest involved. Absolutely. As well, qualifying gatherings and conventions now can qualify for in-game swag. You guys can get some cloaks by having these gatherings outside and informing the good folks at Portalarium. And I'd hate to see people having these gatherings and not get recognized for it. So if you guys have anything going on out there, be sure to let us know. Let the folks down at Portalarium know. And again, thank you, Justin, for putting that all together. I know she was down there helping in the background.
Thank you again to you and Winfield for helping keeping the chaos down to a minimum. Now, before we get to the stand-up, you want to tell everybody about the power outage and what happened at the power outage yesterday, real quick?
So they have a very temperamental circuit breaker, and it doesn't help when you add 4 or 5 additional laptops onto the electrical system.
Now, I saw the laptops. What did they do? Put a little table out in the hallway there where you guys are at the window?
Yeah, so behind the window, there was 2 or 3 laptops. So they were in the hallway. That's where Winfield, Justin, I can't remember that other guy's name that was also there, that showed up with Jerry, or around the time that Jerry showed up. And then I was inside the room for most of it. Then on the opposite side of the computer that I was at, someone else was sitting there with another laptop. And then, so right when the power went out, someone used the microwave.
Oh, geez.
And that took out the power for, not the lights, but all the electrical sockets for that half of the office building. So so it was really funny because it's like, it was one where like the neighboring office, their power was out. Across the hall, their power was out. And a bunch of other offices, their power was out. So they had to call the building maintenance to go trip the circuit breaker. And
microwave?
Microwave.
Yeah. And the microwave had a Post-it note on it saying "Do not use" the entire time. So beforehand,
and somebody came along and they did the D-bad, huh?
They're like, it's like, why is this here? This thing works. And it's like no one will notice it. It's not going to cause any problems. Boom. And so it's one where you know what, that office building, or the office that they're in, is also not designed for 30 employees.
Yes, again, just like the last offices, they are cramming bodies into every square inch of space. They got one big room at the back of the offices, and it's just nothing but tables, chairs, and desktops. And these guys are at a table and a chair, and it's just the whole room wraps all the way around the room. It's quite a sight to see, that is for sure.
Yeah,
and I'm sure one of these days there's going to be a couple that goes right in front of that window that there ain't none yet.
Well, if they can find ways to get electricity over there for the computers and UPSs, then yes, they will.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the UPS came in handy for a few minutes yesterday.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like beep, 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 and we're like sitting there talking about, it's like, okay, so what are we going to do about this? And then finally, because really a UPS is just there to, okay, you hear it beeping, shut down your computer, save all your data, shut down,
and log off. That's right.
And unfortunately, nope, the power did not come back up on time. UPS started shutting down.
So where are we going? We going to Monday?
Yeah, Monday.
Let's get it up on screen for everybody out here.
This is yesterday's stand-up corner. Don't forget, stand-up corner is where they sit there and say, hey, I worked on this yesterday. I'm working on this today. But yesterday's, it was last week I was working on this. This week I'm going to be working on this. And then Kaox writes something random down, and then he publishes it. And eventually, we get to read it and interpret it.
That's right.
So,
now I see Justin wasn't allowing you to interpret anything yesterday, especially when it came to those stretch goals.
I think she should have let me interpret that, because I think that would have been fun.
I was all for it. I was like, go.
Like, please do it. Yeah.
That was funny. She said it's interpreting the news, not making up the news.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
well, I was going to say something that would probably would have gotten me in trouble and got someone banned from Discord repeatedly. Slightly political.
Yeah, who was that?
I don't know. I wasn't watching Discord for most of it. So yesterday over in the art department, Bob said he was working on the Obsidian
Bob the
City
Builder.
home.
Cult of Bob.
Exactly. Fletcher was working on the Ardoris guard armor. Kevin was working on the Clockwork Monkey.
Clockwork Monkey.
Matt,
A lovely gig. Gosh.
he's a little cold.
Out.
And-
You should have seen him. He was out by the lots, man. He was causing all sorts of chaos. There was trolls and dragons and everything else
I
up
know.
there in Upper Owl's Head.
Yeah, I walked by his desk a few times and saw some of it. So he's experiencing a cold spell, so he's shivering and working on warming his hands.
Brr.
Yeah, the real question is, how do you think he's going to warm his hands? Is he going to go with the armpits, or is he going to go with the crotch?
The crotch.
Oh,
I figured he's going to be rubbing them together.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that's what he's going to be doing.
PG-13. PG-13.
13, yeah.
So now we know he has the rated R ones that he doesn't let anybody see, but that's another thing.
He just finds ways to use or misuse the PG-13
right.
ones to make them rated R.
When you're the main animator, you can put a couple of little...
Yeah.
Anyway.
Then Reed is working on the Obsidian decorations and the Obsidian homes. Then Scotty, the Cult of Scotty, is working on Unity
Everybody
updates.
loves Scotty's storytelling.
And Xenos. So he was playing around with Xenos from his house yesterday before he came to the office. Over in design, you had Chris working on Superstition Canyon and Sieges. Yes, Seawolf working on Superstition Canyon and Sieges. Dan working on Resolute NPC emotes and bugs.
Bug.
And player town tracking. Fire Lotus was working on the telethon support and NPC dialogue. Sanyo was working on Brittany Estates and Sieges and Brittany Sewers and controlling your points.
Control points.
Lum the Mad.
Lum the gift giver.
Yes, he was going...
He was in
Why?
a pretty jovial mood giving away gifts yesterday.
Yeah, well, we kept forgetting to give away gifts. Maybe that's why he's like, hey, it's time for me. I need to give away gifts. And also the Release 37 backlog. I will let you know that he's been making substantial changes to the conversation system and trying to make it a little bit better and more like Ultima 7s. Sorcerer Steve is working on Brittany and Ardoris upgrades and telethon support. And Travis was working on the Blood Bay Mountains and telethon support.
Bay.
I hope everybody enjoyed Travis's walk through Blood Bay.
That was a nice walkthrough.
Yeah, I wish that Travis spent more time talking and going over some of the stuff.
Yeah, camera shy first time out.
Camera shy first time out, and so he had to be broken in gently. Then over in tech, Bobby was working on the headless client and bugs.
Bug.
Hell's the headless client.
That's right. Eric was working on sieges and catapults and the overworld support.
Need some support in the overworld, I tell you.
Yeah. JY was working on asset bundles.
Asset.
Jim Cherry, offline rewards.
Cherry.
Wizard Smoke. He was working on the dev commands and Release 37 planning. The Deathbringer one and only was trying to upgrade his Unity.
Trying to upgrade his Unity.
That's right.
Unity now.
Tassilo was returning from a 2-week vacation and trying to figure out what the hell is going on around there as he works on the backlog catch-up and telethon support.
Catch up.
And offline reward support. Over in QA, Eric was working on regression in forums and sanity test and live playtesting. Reese was working on forums and holiday catch-up. Serafina, sanity test.
Seraphy.
Yes, sanity test and customer service.
And all that great customer service.
That's right. The production management and other group, we had Brecken, who was shipping out more posters, and Release 37 planning.
Yay, Brecken! Finally got my poster.
Yay! The Dippy Bird, he was working on the telethon for 12 hours or so, and code cleanup and occasionally banning people for political talk in Discord.
Yeah.
Yep. Then Gorn, he was hiding in the back office while wearing the red Speedo as he worked on the telethon support and bundle planning and metrics.
Metrics. Ooh, we gonna get to see some numbers finally.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since we've seen some numbers.
Yeah, that guy Jack.
Jack.
He was working on telethon support. Okay.
All Jack.
Yes, I will let you know that there was a question. It's like, what's going to happen during the telethon? And I said, chances of increasing of something bad happening. Barrick was working on the telethon. Hutch was working on bugs and the map polish. Oops.
Now, did we ever see Jackknife on screen? I don't think we
Yeah,
ever
we
saw
did.
him on screen.
You did, but you never heard him say anything. I think he was quiet. He was wearing the blue button-up shirt, and he had his
the
Jackknife
same shirt I always see him wearing.
Pretty much.
I think I've got him in the same shirt like I wear.
Kind of like you, I was going to say.
That's right.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So, but Jackknife was there. He was hanging out. He did take his little music box, his squeeze box, and he went and played Stones at least once. And he was running around the office playing around with that, and I don't know what else he was doing.
With his squeeze box.
That's right. He was playing with his squeeze box. He squeezed it a few times. He put some smiles on a few people's faces. Where was I at? Hutch was working on bugs. I'm trying to polish a map. Lord British.
Sing it, baby, sing it.
I can't do this one because I can't remember the
little Jira teacup, short and stout.
Yes. That's it. Continue on with that one.
Yeah, it's enough. And telethon
and fishing.
Fish.
Chaos was working on bundles and Jiras.
Jiras.
And planning.
Planning.
The Dark Star was working on updated the avatar and telethon direction. And then last but not least, Winfield was there. Old Man Winfield was there to fish, clean out the fish tank, and work on telethon support. And that is yesterday's stand-up corner with, hey, my name's on there. Yay, Jack.
That's right. Yay, Jack.
Yay, Jack.
Yay!
That's just for Jack. And for all our other community members out there who were down helping out and lending a helping hand, Winfield, Justin, Jack, and Jack.
Yes.
And anybody else who was down there. Because there was actually a little bit of an argument in Discord at one point as to, and of course Richard had to chime in. He said, "No, I think that's Jack Cynicist." But when in reality it was actually Jack Knife who they were talking about. But funny how everybody knows the two Jacks and always tries to figure out.
They can't tell the difference between us. It's like I am on camera like 5 days a week. Doing stuff. Yeah.
People still call him Jack Knife. It's funny as hell. Absolutely.
Even during my 1B presentation, it's like he said Jack Knife. Yes. It's like, no, that's the other Jack.
I think he's learned his lesson by now.
Well,
of course.
I think also people know Jack Knife a little bit more because he's more active on the forums compared to me. So yes. I don't post a lot on the forums just because I do not like the forums.
You'll find him in the Hospitalers Forum, a lot answering questions, helping out as well.
Yes.
And for those of you guys who do not know about that, of course, aside from what we do out here, and of course, aside from the Hospitalers program, Shroud and Avatar does have their own Discord, and you can check that out. And there are all sorts of different channels in there, everything from events channels to the hospitalist channels to just general chat and more. You can go and buy, sell, and trade there. They've got forums in there for that as well. I don't recommend them for that, but if you got questions, it's probably one of the best places, aside from coming to one of us or finding somebody right there in game, is to go into the Shroud and the Avatar Discord and check out the hospitalist channel, or go to sodahelp.org and shoot your questions off there. But meanwhile, we do have our good friend in studio today. I'm going to call him out. I hope he's listening and paying attention. But we've got Jacob White hanging out with us today, and he's a regular in here. He's been doing a hell of a bang-up job bringing us Soda Navigator. Now, we've been recently passing out Navigator here in the Discord until Jacob cut us off and put it on the website this past week. And Jacob, are you listening there? You want to go ahead and tell the good folks a little bit more about what you've been doing with it?
I think you'll talk about that much better than me.
Jacob is a little shy because, of course, his English is not that great. We love him nonetheless, so we'll tell you all about it, and we'll just give him all the gratitude and thanks for putting out such a great product for us. But maybe you can answer a question or two, make it easy. Last update, you said that there was over 250 maps now in Soda Navigator. What is the actual number as of today? Do you actually know that off the top?
It's 10 more. 10 more. Like that, yeah.
So about 260 of the known maps are now in Soda Navigator.
Yeah, and that's correct.
I'm going to throw this up on screen here. I got to put this over on the other screen.
Yep. NB and Logo is covering mine up a little bit. But in order to download the Navigator, you just go to sodamap.com and then click on the More drop-down list, and then you can click on Soda Navigator, and it will take you to the download page for it, where you can download the latest executable or zip file, and it is currently version 1.00.
Now, just give me a minute while I stretch that out for everybody to see. But the great thing about this is it's resizable. And, of course, it'll center on your character. We're in Owl's Head right now. So you can see that it's showing you that we're right here by our lots in Owl's Head. And as you run around the map, it'll change with you now. So when I leave Owl's Head, it will actually bring me out to the Novian map. When you go out into places like Kingsport and the other areas in the world, the map automatically changes and follows with you. Now, one of the greatest new additions to Soda Map recently was the addition of being able to put your own markers in. So do people just have to sign up for Soda Map and create an account to leave markers, Jacob? How does that work?
So first you have to be a registered user, and if you are logged in, you are able to add your custom markers on the map. There is plenty of possibilities. You can add them on your private layer, which is available only for you. It's called My Layer. And users can also edit an adventure scenes, so they can put some resources nodes and mobs on the map.
Very good.
That's for now. That's all for now.
I like to use this to mark certain places, especially I live all over the place. I have houses, and I tend to forget where I live because I have so many different locations. So I'm now using the markers to go, hey, I got a house here. Hey, I got a house here. But I do also plan to use it for, hey, I found a vendor that sells what I want here, and I'm going to mark that in this town and go, I want to remember where this vendor is and be able to get back to him. So I find this just to be fantastic myself. We've been telling you about it, and of course, Soda Map has been one of our sponsored folks out here since pretty much the get-go, and we appreciate everything Jacob does for the community. And if you got the time and energy, go check out sodamap.com. Check out Soda Navigator. It is the UO Auto Map for Shroud of the Avatar for lack of an other equivalent, but even better. You don't have to sync it. You don't have to do nothing. You just got to install it, and it works. Now, of course, real quick, there is no security certificate on this, so you may get flagged for your firewall. It is a safe program. And, of course, we're trying to get some money raised for Jacob. We're asking that if you use it, send $1 to the PayPal. If you got a couple bucks, send a couple more bucks. And, of course, if you're a town owner, register and get your town listed. It's just a small donation, and this will allow you to edit your own towns out there. But Jacob needs to get a couple dollars in the account so that he can get that secure certification so that we don't have those problems, folks. So go ahead and support him if you guys can. We'd appreciate it. He'd appreciate it. And, of course, your computer will appreciate it without getting all those warnings for him being able to put that and give that to us out there in the world.
Absolutely. So please support Jacob. Just go to sodamap.com, click on the donate button, and you'll be able to donate some funds over to...
Absolutely.
Yes.
And we are big supporters here. And, again, we love what he does. We love this shit. But speaking of loving this shit, we got to move on. We got a little bit of a calendar today to give you folks. And then...
I was going to say on the donation page where it says donate 5,00 US dollars, that's $5. That's not $500. It's just $5. Most Europeans use commas for decimal points for currency like that. Yeah, so... yeah. Yay. And that's because our friend Jacob is hanging out in Poland.
That's right.
That's right. So,
and of course, we the Shroud of the Avatar community is not small by any means, and we are worldwide.
Is that by the North Pole? Is that where that is?
Yeah, it's close. It's about as close as Central California.
Yeah, that's correct.
North Pole, right? North Pole, right, Jacob?
But moving right along, we have the community calendar of events here today up on the screen for everybody real quick. As time is running short for us today, an hour is never enough. Yep. But an hour is just enough to give you all the news you need every day here and keep you up to date what's happening inside Shroud of the Avatar. And
this is a community created and a community managed calendar. It's created by AvatarCircle.com under Duke Violation. It is currently administered by Kazan Phoenixfire of the Phoenix Republic. You may also know him as Wrath Phoenix on the official forums. Phoenix. Since it is a Google Calendar, lots and lots of people can connect to it, and lots of people can administer and add events. Just like Lazarus Long or Justin. They can both add events for people, so you can find lots of people to add your events to the community calendar. And since this is the calendar that gets read out every single day by Laz and myself, hey, it's a good idea.
Hey, man, you want your events to be shouted out every day here, and of course our good friends over at AR, their DJs are always constantly reading the calendar. So if your event's not here, it's your own fault for not getting it out there, getting in touch with one of us, and getting your stuff known, letting the community know what's going on out in your world.
Yeah, so today, and thank you, Job Gamers, today at noon, 3, 6, 9, and 12, around the clock on WRFB. Radio Free Britannia, we have two idiots that don't know what the hell they're doing as they misinterpret the news that's right in front of them. On a show called Lunch with Laz and Jack.
We don't misinterpret it, we just interpret it.
No, they misinterpret. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. Like I said, they're two idiots. At 2 p.m., if you are interested in joining the PAX Lair community of towns or finding out more information about PAX Lair, you can always contact Sean Silverfoot for the PAX Lair Town Manager Hour, and that way he can answer any questions about PAX Lair or any of its boroughs, which include Dragon's Watch, Tentakill, Lockbriar, Island of Wonders, Nowhere, Sea Nymph Grotto, or Serenity Isle. If you're interested in some PvE, you can join a fungi by the name of Fungus. Ooh, sorry, they changed the name on this one. The EVL Euro Dungeon Crawl is actually going to be done by Wintermute Offcoff.
Wintermute Offcoff.
Yes, and this is going to start on the overworld map outside of Owl's Head. Make sure you're in multiplayer. If at 6 o'clock on Avatar's Radio, we do have Dr. DJ Selly doing his faster, louder show, 70s and 80s guitar rock between 6 and 8 this evening. At 7 p.m. is the Tuesday edition of the EVL Monster Mash Dungeon Run, which is going to be starting off the overworld map outside of Owl's Head. The dungeon master for this one is going to be Zinny Zen, or Zinny for short.
Zinny.
Yes, whisper Zinny for more information.
Zini.
Yes, if you want to go to Braemar and do a dungeon run through Chilblain's Compendium of Pain and Suffering, you need to whisper Malahari of the Jade Dragons and go join the Jade Dragons for that fun, sometimes painful, very painful
Yes,
dungeon
is
run.
live.
Sometimes takes 3 hours. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes.
Somebody just asked if this is live.
Hey, are you referring to a goblin hooker?
Goblin Hooker, yes. This is live. And it's only going to be live for about 5 more minutes. So.
Something like that. And then at 8 o'clock this evening on Avatar's Radio, we do have DJ Lady Addie for 80s and more. And last but not least, it is Temper Tantrum Tuesdays on Avatar's Radio with Ember Flame. And that's our community calendar for this Tuesday, November 29th, in Shroud of the Avatar.
Shroud of the Avatar. That's right. And of course, if you need to get the latest news, updates, or any events, come check us out every Monday through Friday here on nbnn.info. You catch us on Twitch, catch us on YouTube, catch us in replays, catch us in the app. But it's time for us to go ahead and wrap it up and thank all the folks who helped make this all possible. And of course, our good friends over at the Arkansshire and Markham Farms, located just south of central Brittany. If you need cotton, you need ale, you need goods, go check them out as well. They're on the Shroud Marketplace, shroudmarketplace.com. Coilmore Wands, Arius Coilmore, putting the magic in your hands. Where is Arius? I haven't seen him in a while. The Britannian Mining Company wants you to come check out Black Rock Cove and Market Road. There's all sorts of wonders to see out at Black Rock Cove, but all the vendors on the Market Road have the prices you need and the mats you need and want. Go check them out. They're located just off the Exeter Mines, down there in, what the hell, not Craig. Right near the Exeter Mines. Quell, thank you. Our good friend, of course, Jacob White over at sodamap.com with Soda Navigator now included. Job Gamers, who let the dogs out. Thank you for the follow. And he let those bouncing puppies out. Our good friend Jacob White over at sodamap.com, of course, now at Soda Navigator. Go ahead and check him out. If Soda Map is truth, so says Lord British. And of course, if you need to get around, that's the easiest way to find your way from point A to point B. Our good buddy Ben over at Relics by Rilds, relicsbyrild.com for all your licensed Shroud of the Avatar swag, including the NBNN I Love This Shit bumper sticker now on relicsbyrild.com. I'll show you that here tomorrow. I ain't got time for that today. Our friends over at sodacraft.com, sodacrafting.wiki, and sodataming.com. Sorry, crafting guys, they screwed you guys royally, but we do appreciate your sponsorship nonetheless. You guys need to find out some information that you just can't find out. Go check these guys out. They've done a lot of hard work, so you don't have to. And of course, last but not least, our good friends over at the Shroud Marketplace, shroudmarketplace.com for all your virtual vendable needs. Can we get the condensed version there, Jack?
Yes, we can. Shroud Marketplace is the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related, which also includes the NBNN I Love This Shit sticker.
That's there too. That's right.
And if you notice that there's something that's been brand new added to the store, someone is selling 100 Kodos for $75.
Ooh. And they weren't even on sale yesterday.
I know. So it's one where anything Shroud of the Avatar related can be bought or sold on Shroud Marketplace. If you are interested in selling your items, go ahead and click on the register button at the top, and then click on the vendor registration. Make sure that you've got your information in there, especially your PayPal email address, and then you can start adding your items to the shop and hopefully get them sold. So Shroud Marketplace, the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related. And last but not least, we do have to thank the most important people around here, and that's you guys that are out there watching on Twitch, YouTube, or listening on Radio Free Britannia. We couldn't do this show without you guys. And
WRFB.
That's right, WRFB.
And there
we do it for you.
We get it up on screen. RelicsByReal.com with the NBNN bumper sticker. Of course, the AR gear came out as well recently. But you can get all your licensed Shroud of the Avatar swag. RelicsByReal.com. Again, ShroudMarketplace.com's got them as well. I love this shit. I said I love this shit lately.
Yeah, but we still need to work on our merchandising.
That's right. It's only Tuesday.
That's right. Eventually we'll get that.
Julian, I love you, man. I love you. Love all these guys back here. Love you guys here in of course, Discord. And, of course, you guys out there for coming and joining us. Thanks for you late joiners. Thank you for the follows today. We do appreciate it. We will be back tomorrow with more here on nbnn.info. Till then, we're going to get out of here. I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Stay tuned for more news, sports, entertainment, crazy wild happenings, and the latest from right here inside Shroud of the Avatar. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening. Thanks for watching us in repeats. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
What are we going to do?
We need the peanut stance. Kix has got to do the peanut stance for everybody.
Well, he needs to drink more as well.
Yeah, well, that's sorry. Put your pants on. Put your pants on.
So, if you want to mess around with some of the OCD developers, you just go mess with their challenge coins. Just move them around a little bit. Even threatening makes them scared.
And we're clear.